The future, a world where the quest for truth has ended.
Do you believe in the supernatural, Mr. Vandarius?
I'm not enough surprise. The Shader will bring hell to Earth for thousands of years. Shock Division, kill them all!
Spirit Blade, a full cast audio drama. Download the Legacy Edition of Spirit Blade for free at spiritblade.com.
Hey guys, Peter Franson here from christiangeekcentral.com and Spirit Blade Productions, continuing my celebration of UN-E3 2020. This time I'm reacting to Games Radar's Future Games Show. A lot of games on display here. I'm just going to focus on the ones that really jumped out to me, and usually that's because they were specifically coming to console. The first one that got my attention is Quantum Error, which you can get more information about at quantum-error.com. Can't believe this one was not mentioned during Sony's event the other day, unless I missed it. I don't remember this at all. But it's called Quantum Error, and the main bullet point in a nutshell is on their website. Quantum Error is a cosmic horror FPS in development by Team Kill Media, coming to the PlayStation 5. Now, what caught my attention, cosmic horror. I'm totally into that kind of a Lovecraftian type of horror. And it's called FPS, not survival horror games. Survival horror games, in my experience, the way I end up playing them anyway, is you run and then you die and then you repeat material, and I hate that. I want to. It's plenty intense for me just to be in the creepy environment and have things jumping out and stuff like that. I don't want it also to be hard and for me to have to repeat material a bunch. So the fact that this is an FPS means that maybe I could finally experience a game in the genre I love, which is horror, but that is not about being really difficult, but that I would actually be able to make my way through the game. And it also looks really cool too. I mean, the description on the website reads, when the Monad Quantum Research Facility 30 miles off the shore of California is attacked by an unknown entity, engulfing the complex in flames and putting it into a full containment lockdown, a distress call is sent for mutual aid to the Garboa Fire Department in San Francisco, California. Fire Chief Sturgis answers the call and sends you, Captain Jacob Thomas, your partner Shane Costa, and a crew by helicopter to the Monad facility. Your mission is simple: save as many lives from the burning complex as possible and get out. However, what starts as a rescue mission quickly plummets into darkness when you arrive and find that things are not as they appear. So anyway, very little that you can tell about what the gameplay is going to be like, apart from it being, yes, a first-person shooter of some kind, but just the novelty of that alone really means that this game has my attention. The next game, very, very different from Quantum Error, is called We Are Dustborne. The description over at wearedustborne.com reads, it's 2030, 3 decades after the broadcast. You play Pax, ex-con, con artist, outcast. You've been hired to transport a mysterious package from Pacifica to Nova Scotia across the justice-controlled American Republic. But this is not a one-woman job. The fanatical Puritans are on your butt. The authoritarian justice is in your way. You're an outlawed anomal, and you're 4 months pregnant. You need help. You need a crew. Recruit a band of misfits and outcasts with the power of words. Together you might survive this road trip unless you destroy yourselves first. At the end of the day, there is no hope except for us. So this is a game about the power of words, and that's really demonstrated in the trailer. And there's a little bit more insight going to the website. It says, words can hurt. Use weaponized words fueled by disinformation in combat and conversations to fight enemies, manipulate strangers, and motivate friends. Now that was very interesting to me. All those things you can do with words, it says, are fueled by disinformation, including motivating friends. And so that's very, unless that they just didn't mean to construct the sentence that way to include that meaning, that says to me that you are giving disinformation in order to motivate your friends, really to manipulate your friends, they might as well say, along with the manipulating strangers. Let me see. So there was some other bullet points here that grabbed me. The trailer, I think, said something about religion being a theme, and you're being hunted down by these Puritans of some kind. Let me see, there was something else. Oh yeah, here we go, the final words. Resistance is never futile. This moment happens only once. This is the moment to act, the moment to rise up and stand for something, to protect the weak and speak truth to power, to rebel against the forces that threaten us all. We are Dustborne. What about you? So it just looks like they're going to be dealing with obviously the power of words, just the effect that words can have on people. I think they're playing it out in this very kind of overt way, but it's I think also intended to be symbolic and making some kind of commentary on the effect that words can have on people, the effect that disinformation, when it's spread around, can have on people. And I feel like in this internet age, we know all about the effect that words can have and the effect that disinformation can have. And here, this game, in this final statement on the website, has this attitude of wanting to rise up against the powers that be and speak truth to them. But what's interesting to me is that in all this talk about manipulating your friends and stuff, and the power of words and manipulating strangers and whatnot, how are they really going to value truth in the story of this game? And what truth claims are they really going to be putting out there? Either way, I think that the concept of the game is really interesting to me. If it's a low enough price point, you know, if it's not like a full price game, then there's a chance I'll give this one a try, because the premise and the concept of the gameplay really has my interest. Again, that's called We Are Dustborne. More information at wearedustborne.com. The third out of 4 games that jumped out to me was called Anno Mutationem, or Anno Mutationem. I'm not sure what this thing is, but aesthetically it really is eye-catching, because it uses a pixel art style, but it is a 3-dimensional game. It has a 3-dimensional world, so it blends pixel art and 3D to create its environment. It's a cyberpunk game coming to a PlayStation 4, and they tweeted out on their official Twitter account for the game, along with some screenshots, "Did you know Anno has a bunch of cool RPG elements, such as enhancing your character and gear, as well as crafting/buying cool stuff?" Now, the trailer doesn't show any indication of that, so I'm glad that they put this out on their Twitter account. The trailer looks really cool, you know, 2D side-scrolling with 3D effects, creating depth, you know, for the environment. So to see screenshots of like inventory stuff and upgrading your character, I'm like, oh, cool. Is this going to be something of a Symphony of the Night inspired experience? And that may be the case, because in the official description that the developers gave for this game, which admittedly does have some language issues because it's being developed in China, and so if you read through the description, it's clear that it was not written by native English speakers. There's some issues there, so it's hard to kind of nail down details on this, but it does say the developers of Anno Mutationem hope to provide a refreshing combat experience and rich exploration in the world of Anno Mutationem. So if they're emphasizing combat and RPG elements for upgrading your character and gear and stuff, and aiming to provide a rich exploration experience, this looks like something that me and other fans of the Symphony of the Night style game might really enjoy. So I will look forward to getting more of that. What did it say? I think it said 2020 is when this thing is coming out. Let me double check. All right, I can't find the information I want to find right now. I think I saw somewhere 2020, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I will be keeping an eye out for Anno Mutationem. And then the last game is one that I might have mentioned before, Wasteland 3, coming out August 28th to PlayStation 4, and I think to Xbox One as well. I believe it's already on PC. And I ultimately gave up on Wasteland 2 because I was just missing too many times, and my guns were jamming too many times, and but from every time I hear something more about this game, I'm thinking, well, it sounds like they're fixing some of the things that I had trouble with. I haven't specifically heard about them fixing the miss percentage issue that I had and the gun jamming issue that I had with Wasteland 2. But they're talking about emphasizing choice and that being a major component, and it just sounds like this is a fresh experience and intended by the developers, an upgraded experience that's going to improve on all the elements of the first game. They have to know that was frustrating. I call it the first game, but I mean, it's the original Wasteland came out in, I want to say, like the 80s or something. So I mean, this is like, oh crap, this is the first game in this new kind of refreshed series. My gosh, I'm too pressed for time. I can't edit that out. So anyway, every time I see more about this game, every time I hear the developers talk about this game, it moves me from the place of saying, yeah, I have no interest in Wasteland 3, to thinking, oh man, I might really need to give this one a try before I completely shut the door on it. So anyway, here's hoping that Wasteland 3 will be much more the experience for me compared to Wasteland 2. All right, that is all I have to say for now. I am going to be collecting my thoughts on the Guerrilla Collective series of videos that have been going up this weekend. I hope to put something up on Monday that kind of collects all of my thoughts on what they had to share over 3 days. And until then, I'm going to rest a little bit. I've been pretty busy today. Anyway, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so that you don't miss the new videos as they come out. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.
The future, a world where the quest for truth has ended.
Do you believe in the supernatural, Mr. Vendarius?
Surprise! The Shader will bring hell to Earth for thousands of years. Shock Division, kill them all!
Spirit Blade, a full cast audio drama. Download the Legacy Edition of Spirit Blade for free at spiritblade.com.